This is Boo. She's my little nugget because I'm in the studio, and so it's just her and I. And I'm obsessed with cats. Obviously, this tapestry here. Only had her. I think I got her last September, maybe. So I haven't had her too long, but her and I are so close. We're like this. We talk to each other so much.
I was gonna say it's like when people get like the COVID puppies and they just follow them around all the time.
Yes,
I'm sure it's the same thing.
yes. No, she's the exact reason for that. Yes, you are. Oh my goodness, you're so cute.
I'm Emily Ehman here for volleyballmag.com, joined by Indiana graduate setter Brooke Westbeld. Brooke, you're coming back for your sixth season of collegiate volleyball. When you found out you had that extra year of eligibility, did you have to think hard about it, or did you kind of know you wanted to come back?
I did not have to think for a second. And actually, Steve was the one that texted me and kind of just said, "Hey, you're not leaving, you're staying." So I was extremely happy. And with COVID and stuff, it's weird because, obviously it was not beneficial for so many people. But for me, it really kind of worked out just getting extra time, especially transferring to getting that extra year just to have it Indiana, not even just playing volleyball, but just to ground myself here a little bit more. I could not have been more grateful. And it was definitely an immediate yes, I will stay.
You came into that program and you were the oldest on the team. How did you balance trying to learn the ropes of a program and a school, but also be a leader for your team?
The transition was really hard. Last spring was probably one of the hardest semesters I've ever had in college. As a 5th-year senior, usually the hard years are when you're a freshman or you're going through that transition. But no, it was all over again. Like I was a freshman all over again, learning everything. And, my teammates were fantastic and the staff was fantastic. And eventually, the more time that passed, I kind of settled. And so that's why having this extra year has been so great because I just it feels like home now versus at first it was a little bit difficult, but I love it here. It is amazing.
All right, Brooke, well, you started at Dayton where you were an All-American and you came to IU last season. And in some ways, you were kind of, risking a lot, taking a chance at Indiana after a really successful career at Dayton. So why'd you make the switch?
I think one of the things that really caught my attention coming here was that we were going to have 8 freshmen coming in. And so knowing that I like being in a role where I can lead and be an influence for them and take that on, I knew that Indiana would be a really good fit for me. So that was definitely a big thing that I loved. And I remember, I think Steve was like, "Are you sure? Like, there's a lot of them." And I'm just like, "Yes, absolutely." And so that's been really great. We also had 2 of our seniors opt out. So it goes me, which they call me Grammy because, I'm the old one. So Grammy, nobody, seniors, then everybody else below. So there was a gap there for a moment, but I think that there were some girls that did a great job of stepping up into the role and helping out. And I could not have been more grateful for that because it was overwhelming at first. I was like, okay, like I asked for this, but it's also a lot. So, and for me, with the group of new girls, new program we're rebuilding, there's so many components, but I think that that's what makes it so much fun. And it's a big reason of why I came here because I knew that I could make a big difference here, especially for the youngsters because, I'll be gone soon. And then we have 2 seniors. So it's definitely a young group. So trying to just feed them as much that I can and influence them as much as I can, that would be what I would want to leave here.
I mean, even calling them youngsters really taking on that Grammy role hard.
Yes, I am.
All right,
Yes.
Brooke, to finish up here, I want to know your favorite places to eat around campus in Bloomington.
Being a transfer, it has taken me a while to learn a lot because we have a lot of little local restaurants that are really cool. The Runcible Spoon, I've been there for breakfast and I went there on my visit. I am a huge BJ's fan though because they have everything. They have the wings, they have the calamari, they have the burgers, they have the steak and the pizookie. Like I'm a huge foodie, so that's great. But I think everybody likes Rush Bowls and In Bloom, which are smoothie bowl places. So like the acai bowls where you can get all the fruit and stuff on them. I can talk about food all day. But BJ's, I'd say if we go to a team function, it is always at BJ's.
Love that. Well, if you like ethnic food, anything on 4th Street, I've tried them all a lot. The absolute best. There's a place called Taste of India, best Indian food
Okay.
I've ever had. So I was there last weekend. It was so good. I miss it so much.
I will have to go. That sounds really good.
All right, Brooke, thank you so much for joining me. I'm excited to watch you in your 6th and final season of volleyball.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.